Hi, I hope you are having a lovely day. Today we are going to be building a whimsical family home, and I think this one turns out really good actually, so I hope you stick around and enjoy this little building session with me. So it's going to be a two-story home, and the bottom part of the house is the biggest part of the house, and the upstairs is really just one big room. And I won't tell you what we're going to do with the upstairs. You'll have to wait and see, but it's something fun and I think it works out really well. And this is going to be a family home, as I said. So there are 5 Sims living here. It's a mom and a dad, and they're twins. And the twins are teenagers, and they are going to be sharing a room because it so happened that they got pregnant with another kid unexpectedly. So they also have a little infant. So they now have a sibling, a small sibling that also lives in the house, and they have a small room. But that meant that the teenager had to share their room. Well, actually, they probably could redesign the house and make it into 2 rooms because they have quite a large room. But it's also a kind of tricky room in the shape. So, the best thing was to give them a room together to share. And we are working on the outside of the house. I wanted some kind of arch to begin with to make this entryway. But it didn't work out as I planned, so I changed my mind and did this sort of railing in the ceiling instead. And I'm going to continue that over the porch as well later on to make it a bit more cohesive. And this house is quite big, and I was thinking that they probably live on a little bit more of the countryside. It sort of has a kind of ranch feeling to it, and I go around and place these wooden, not beams, but these wooden columns around the edges later on, which makes it look more ranchy than it does right now. At least that's my opinion. And I also wanted a small little, it's a fence, but it's not really a fence because I didn't want it to reach up too high, because I was thinking that they would be able to sit on the porch and look at their beautiful view and watch what the neighbors are doing, maybe keep an eye on them. And so I wanted it to be quite low so that it wouldn't disturb the site. And I also carried that one around. And one thing that I thought looked a bit weird with this one is that it cuts off the stairs so much, but I hope it's still okay to walk down the stairs. Otherwise, you can just take the other stairs out from the entryway. So that's fine. And those stairs are going to become wider a little bit further on in the build. So I wanted this house to have some shutters upstairs, but tried really hard to have these one from Horse Ranch, but I just couldn't make them fit. And then I tried this one, but I didn't think the color matched, and so I finally found this one that I thought matched with the colors a bit better. So sometimes it can be really hard to find colors that matches. I don't know if you feel the same way as I do, but sometimes you get a bit frustrated because you found a gorgeous window and you want to use that one, but you want to have another kind of window in another place in the house, but you can't find the correct swatch. So it's a bit tricky, but it it comes out well in the end, I think. So doing this little gazebo in the back, and the plan for it was to be a dining room. That will change in the end. I'm going to do something else with it. You will see what we're going to do with it. But it wasn't big enough for that kind of table that I wanted. It was a little bit too narrow, so I was afraid that the Sims wouldn't be able to walk around the table, which meant that they wouldn't be able to enter the porch on the back side, and that would be a shame. So I really wanted it to be used, so I changed my mind, and you will see what we do with it. I think it turns out well. So we're back, and you can see that the stairs have gotten wider now, and we are just going to put in some lights so that there is some more light around the house, so you can see in the back. And I made this little pathway, and I am going to attempt to build a little carport, but in the end I didn't like it. So it's actually just going to be a driveway up, and I'm going to put some hedges around it to sort of frame it in. But I tried this one, as you can see, but my problem with it is that it kind of covers the house, and I think the house looks gorgeous, so I want it to be seen. So that's why I opted for just a driveway where you can put your imaginary Sims cars, since we don't have cars in the Sims. Well, we have debug cars that you could put on the sideway on the front, but I didn't do that in this build. It's just a little driveway up. So I go around and put in some greeneries all over, and I wanted it to line up with the pathway all the way around. So that's what I'm doing here, and then I'm going to be filling it in with some other flowers in some different color to make it look a bit both manicured and not manicured, like it's growing on its own, but they still keep it together and make it not overgrown. So that's what I was thinking with this little layout. And we're gonna carry it around to the back of the house as well, and put up some trees to make it look a bit more generic and like it's actually a lot that has been some kind of nature before. So here's where I put in this little colorful flowers, and we're going to be changing up this foundation, and I had a hard time finding a good foundation. In the end I went for this basic one. It's just like a big slab with piece of wood lined by wood, but I thought that the wood matched in color so well, so that's why I went for this one. And well, in fact I cover up most of the foundation, so it's not going to be seen as well. So you're just going to see this wood border, and I think that it looks very good actually. So I'm glad with that. And now we're on to the back, and instead of a fence I wanted to use bushes to line in their backyard. And they have a little funny shaped backyard because of this diagonal part of the house, and so they have like a little spike in the back, and we're going to use that to have a little playground equipment. There's going to be some swings over there and not much else, so there's a little bit room for kids to play around over there. And we're also going to be adding a swimming pool in the backyard, because I thought that something was lacking, and I also put in these lounge chairs, so then I thought, why not make a little pool for them to enjoy in the summertime when it's hot. So that's what we're going to do. And I decided to go for the rounded edges of the pool and just put some stone around it, and try to make the ends of the stone not be as harsh by just pressing Ctrl F and putting in half tiles, or quarter tiles actually. So that's a little tip if you want to have quarter tiles and don't want to use the whole tile for that place. And this is where I put the swings, as you can see, as I said. So well, this is the whole backyard. We're just going to put some decorations in the pool, and then the backyard is completed. I wanted some sun loungers in the pool so that they could lounge around and have a good time, just relax. And I wanted to incorporate the trash bins, so I made a little place for them just by the car parking place. I'm losing my words today. I'm so sorry if I lose too many words. As you can probably understand English and hear, English is not my first language, so sometimes when I'm trying to do these voiceovers, I keep missing my words and forgetting the words for them. But I'm doing my best, so I hope you have some understanding with that. In the corner I placed these little wooden beams, just to make something happen in the corner, because I thought that it looked so bland, and I didn't want to put a column in that corner because it would stand out by the chair, so I didn't like that. So that's why I opted for these wooden thingamabobs that came with Eco Lifestyle. And now we are heading on in, trying to make a little floor plan for this place. And I can tell you, I had a hard time when I realized that my table isn't going to fit in the outside conservatory, or what you would call it. I realized that this is not going to be as easy as I first thought. I am going to have my kitchen on a diagonal wall, and we all know what the diagonal walls do to counters. They stretch them and they make them have this weird shadow, and it doesn't look good. And I also have a corner to work around, which means I have to layer the counters, and they have it's a little glitchy, but it's not that bad, so it's kind of okay. So here is where I realize I'm going to have the table inside, and I'm going to be fiddling around with that table later. It's going to have lots of different places before I come around, but it will come around. So I made this little nice lounge area in the conservatory instead, so it works out fine. They can sit there. If it's too hot, they can sit inside, and also in the autumns when it's starting to get too cold to sit outside, they can sit in the conservatory and still have some light and get their D vitamin and so on. So now we're inside, and I am trying to figure out what to do. So at first I was thinking about having another wall so that I could have a straight wall to work with, but I realized then I would cut off a really strange little corner, and that wouldn't be enough to make a living room in. So I realized that wasn't an option. So here is where I realized that I am going to have to use that diagonal wall and that corner to make the kitchen. But it comes around, so as you can see, I had to delete one of the doors out to the conservatory, so it's now just one door. But that's fine. And now the table has finally gotten its rightful place. So this is where the table is going to stay. And this is the kitchen layout. And well, the living room area is going to be quite small. So it's just going to be like a little place to hang out with the family whilst waiting for the dinner to be ready or so on. And more like a little hangout spots for guests and so on. And yeah, that's what we have room for here. But it's fine. They'll have a little TV and a little seating area. And this it bugged me so much. It just wanted to go up and down and up and down, and I couldn't get it to. So I just quit bothering with it and found some plates to put on the shelves instead. And we are going to decorate the table with just some little knickknacks, some salt and pepper and some flowers just. And then we are trying to figure out how to lay out the seating part of this room. So we wanted to use this sofa because I think it's gorgeous. It has so many details and it's so well done. So it looks like a real sofa and not like many of the sofas in The Sims that looks plastic or just painted and not very well painted either. So I just used this one, and I also was very indecisive on what colors the armchairs should have, so you will see them switch colors. So I start with these red ones, but when I put in the lights and I start looking at it a bit closer, I don't think that the red in the armchairs goes very well with the red in the carpet that I've chosen. And I like the carpet, so I'm going to try to change the colors of the armchairs instead. And here I make a little seating area where you can sit and put on your shoes before you walk outside and so on. So I wanted a little chair, and I wanted to bring the green from the kitchen, from the chairs in the kitchen, over to this side as well. So I put the green chair there, and I just decorate the whole table to make it look like someone is actually using it. And I put this little table in the entryway because it was a round space with a kind of awkward, well, it's actually a lot of space there, but it's unusable space because there are doors all the way around it, so there's not much you can do that there. I was thinking about, do I want to put a piano there, but I didn't think that this home had the piano vibe. I didn't think a grand piano would fit there in the entryway, so I went for this little table with some flowers on it, and I think it works out fine. That might be something that you see in more grand homes as well, but since it's just a little table, I think it works. And we are off into the main bedroom. So this is the parents' bedroom, and I think this room works out fine. I'm going to put a lot of things on the diagonal in this room to counter out the diagonal of the whole room. So that's what I'm doing. So as you can see, the little cabinet in the corner is on a diagonal, and I'm also going to put a little makeup table in the other corner here. So this is me trying to find the makeup table. and I couldn't for the love of my life figure out in which category. I thought I looked under every category in the whole catalog, but still couldn't find it, so I had to go into Vintage Glamour and search for everything to find it, and ta-da! I finally did. And I went for this lovely bluish green color that matches the bedspread really well, and I think it looks gorgeous in this room. So this dark wood with this blue-green color, it's one of my favorite combinations actually. So just putting in this big mirror and cluttering up this little side table, and then we're going to be adding some wallpaper, and I went for a brownish color, beige brownish color, or what you would call it, kind of light, to make it make the other darker wood tones pop a bit more. And there are 2 bathrooms in this house. Unfortunately, I could only fit one downstairs, so this is the only bathroom downstairs, and as you can see, it's not a big bathroom. It's kind of small, so if this were real life, they would probably fight over that toilet. And having 2 teenagers that probably takes long showers, it could be some fights that occur in this household over that. And but I'm going to put one upstairs, so I'll guess they'll have to take a little walk up the stairs if they are in need. So this is the teenagers' bedrooms, as I talked about. So they are sharing this bedroom, and it's a girl and a boy. And the girl is a gamer, so her side is where the gaming computer is in the white bed, and this side with the blue bed and the regular computer is the boy's side. And he has a little TV, so he likes to lay in bed and watch TV rather than, he's not that much of a computer guy, so he's a bit into sport, and he likes to watch different series on his TV, and that's what he enjoys, whilst the girl plays video games, well, most of her free time. She's also very into school, and she's trying to get good grades, and a little bit into craft. And she's a little bit messy. It's her clothes on the floor right there. I was thinking about putting some more clothes around the floor, but I thought it was enough with this pile of clothes, and also the boy has his clothes folded in his basket, so they are on the way into his drawers. So he's a bit more organized than the girl. So I just tried to put some stuff around on her little drawer over here to make it look a bit cluttered. And then we put some things on her desk as well. So it looks like she is using it, and it's not that bad. And the side tables are going to be just a lamp on them, so they are not being as cluttered. We are coming into the end of this room. We're just going to put up some mirror and some decorations and those lamps I was talking about. And I think this room turns out well, and as I said, it's quite a large room, but in the same time it would not be that easy to make it into 2 rooms because of the layout that it's going out of into 2 directions of this house. So yeah, they share, as I said. Now we're on to the infant bedroom, and they have quite a small bedroom, but they are also quite a small person still, so they don't need that much room yet, and they have what they need. They have a little bed, they have a changing table, a play mat, and a little box with toys. And then we're just going to decorate the walls with some paintings, and one of these things where you can see how long, yeah, you can see it now, the dinosaur, you can measure your height and see how long you have become, if you have grown at all. And I'm also going to find this little shelf to put up. It's so cute. And what do you think about the wallpaper that is made for kids' room in this game? I really think that they need to make some more wallpapers, because I actually think there is 2 variants. It's a lot of different dinosaur kids wallpaper. So if you want to make a dinosaur room, no problem. You can do that in many ways. And then there's this one with the penguins. Is there anything else? Have I missed something? Because I think that's what you can choose from when you're choosing wallpaper for a kid's room. I really would like to see some more wallpapers for kids' room. So please, EA, show us some more wallpapers for kids' room. And we're now upstairs into the final room, and as I said, I did a little bathroom upstairs here as well, so that they could use it while they're up here. And then this is going to be a little, well, a second living room, an activity room, a place to hang out and have a good time, actually. So we have a little bar and a little table that you can sit and talk and have some fun, drink a glass of wine or a drink or whatever from the bar. So that's on one side, and on this side they're going to have a little bigger TV and a place to sit and cozy up in a cozy sofa to watch a film or something good on TV. And we're also going to put in a chess table so that you can have some activities to do to get some knowledge. And in the back of the bar, in this round little corner, we are just going to make a little seating area with some more cozy chairs to sit and relax and have a little talk with your best friend, maybe. So this is what I decided to do with the upstairs, and of course you could change this into the one of the teenagers' room or the parents' room, and then you could have a room each for the teenagers. So that is also a solution if you want to download this build, because it's will be up on my gallery soon. So have a look at it, and my gallery ID is just HelenSimmar, just as my name here on YouTube, so you can find it there if you want to use it. And thank you so very much for watching. I hope to see you in my next video. I really love to have you here every time. It's so much fun. I love to build in The Sims. So it's really nice when you join me, so I could keep on doing this. Bye!